Cape Breton's award-winning radio station, The Coast 89.7, home of the VIPs.
We hauled the last basket from the mine on an early summer's day, so warm and fine. The ladies cried, Heiners paced the floor. This town's not a mining town no more. This town has been our life, it's been our home. We raised our children here all on our own. And what the future holds, we'll wait and see. But this mining life's been awfully good to me. But the town of Belly Lake I will not forsake. It's done more than a mining town can do for anyone. To the north of Huron shore, they no longer draw the ore. This town's not a mining town no more. Stanley Mine sits silent on the hill, a monument to promised unfulfilled. The work is gone, they flood the underground. We drive down 108 and out of town. Hydro deals the cards and holds the hands. Traditions, values they don't understand. The profit margins justify their means and tear apart inconsequential dreams. But the town of Belly Lake I will not forsake. It's done more than a mining town can do for anyone. To the north of Huron shore, they no longer draw the ore. This town's not a mining town no more. Done more than a mining town can do for anyone. To the north of Huron shore, they no longer draw the ore. This town's not a mining town no more. This town's not a mining town no more. This town's not a mining town no more.
Coast 89.7, Men of the Deeps, and what a true song ever was sung, ever wrote, Mining Town No More. On this date, the 24th of February, 1979, will live in Glace Bay's memory as one of the most terrifying dates in all of its history. Through all the years of mine accidents, mine closures, and other setbacks, there was never anything like this. The lives of 10 young men were ended in the depths of the number 26 colliery at 4:25 a.m. of number 26 colliery on Saturday in a single but devastating explosion. And 300 miles away, in the burn unit of Victoria General Hospital in Halifax, 6 fellow workers, with the aid of top doctors and nurses, tended to their burns. 33 years have passed since that fatal day. And one thing about community radio here is that the manager here, Bill McNeil, now and then, he lets us speak from our heart and play the music that is so much of our culture here in the industrial area of Cape Breton. And today I'm going to honor the miners of 26 Colliery and all fellow coal miners that, how can I say it, started their shift off in hell, but ended it in heaven. These are the men of the deeps and the 26 mine disaster.
One winter's morn in 79, while the snow lay still without, 'twas 4 o'clock on a 26 wall, as the 16 moved about. An explosion ripped and it rocked the pit, as smoke from the bottom began to spit. And the silence left would now admit there are 10 men gone. 10 men gone, no time to cry or bid farewell, but the mind of Glace they long will dwell under 10 men gone. Into the depths in the frozen dawn, a clergyman was led. There in a fright his eyes were drawn to the side of the burned and dead. With courage bold he did unfold the grace of God in the tunnels cold. Then the town was sadly told there are 10 men gone. 10 men gone, no time to cry or bid farewell, but the mind of Glace they long will dwell under 10 men gone. 'Twas far from home the survivors waged brave battles for their lives. Help from many sources pledged brought comfort to their wives. But ere the churches hushed their hymns in sad and solemn requiems, news from Halifax was grim. There are 12 men gone. 12 men gone, no time to cry or bid farewell, but the mind of Glace they long will dwell under 12 men gone. Oh, the collier's life is a cruel life, as the times so lately tell. Peace to those who've gone before, to the rest grow strong and well. May God be with you, everyone, the miner and the miner's son, the women and the babies yet to come, and those 12 men gone. 12 men gone, no time to cry or bid farewell, but the mind of Glace they long will dwell under 12 men gone.
A true reflection of the spirit and soul of Cape Breton. We are the Coast 89.7, home of the VIPs.
It's Dennis Chipman with you here till 6 o'clock this evening. And the things I'm reading from an old journal that my late mother-in-law kept, and she left to me in her will, and she kept scrapbooks and throughout the various years. And, of course, the one that means so much to me is the one here from 1979 and all about the explosion at number 26 Colliery. And one of the things here, Memorial Day is declared Wednesday, 1979, declared a Memorial Day in Glace Bay, Dominion, and the mining districts of Cape Breton County. A memorial service will be held Wednesday afternoon at 2 o'clock at the Old Miners Forum. Mayor Dan Monroe and the Cape Breton Development Corporation is cooperating in getting the forum ready for service. Something close to 10,000 people. 10,000 people showed up for that memorial service. Schools in Glace Bay, Dominion, and the surrounding counties were called off, and all students, parents, even people that didn't have people working in the coal mines came to this Remembrance Day, Memorial Day prayer and song. Men of the Deeps were there, and I too. I was there with my family, my father. I guess why it means so much to me, because I was a coal miner too before I started on the radio here, 22-some years in the coal mines. And every morning I have coffee with a friend of mine, a good friend of mine that survived that disaster. And well, when I went up for my coffee this morning at 6:30, I didn't say anything. I just walked over and shook his hand, and I thanked him to myself for his sacrifice. And the song by Matt Minglewood and Andrew Doyle that he put out a few years ago, that's the song I was thinking about in my head, and I'm going to play it here now. And it's called "The Price."
At 16 and you never look back. Underground, way down in the coal mine. Well, boy became a man and left his childhood ways behind. Spent my life swinging a pick at an endless black sea. As hard as I try to wash it off, I'll never get my hands clean. At the end of the shift, I'll thank the Lord for watching over me and bringing me back home to the gift of wife and family. I live my life in a cold black underground, 'cause God put this goal so far now. Days will go by and I never see the light, but that is
Coast 89.7, Andrew Doyle and Matt Minglewood, and a lot of men did. A lot of men paid the price. I'm Dennis Chipman, sitting with you till 6 o'clock today. This is the 33rd anniversary of the 26 mine disaster, and I thought I'd just do a little bit here about the coal mining and about this lovely little scrapbook that was left to me in my mother-in-law's will, and it's clippings from papers of the day, of that terrible day. Now that was on a Saturday. The disaster at number 26 Colliery in Glace Bay was one of the worst in Cape Breton coal mine history since 1938. And as a matter of fact, it was the worst in Glace Bay since 1899. And now, just before Christmas, a couple months before Christmas, I had Matt Anderson in studio here. And Matt and I were talking, and Matt had moved to Dominion then, and a few times Matt was in, we were talking, and I always said to Matt, gee, Matt, it'd be good to, if you could get a coal mining song out. And I guess eventually he did put pen to paper. And he did write a song about the coal miners, and I'm going to play for you here. This is Mr. Matt Anderson, and this is a great song. At the gym this morning, I go to Perry's Gym in the morning there, and I was talking to a couple old coal miners, John Chowder, a good friend of mine, and of course, good friend John Kelly that works out every morning with me. And I said to John Kelly, I said, today is the 33rd anniversary of the 26 mine disaster, and he put his head down and he bowed his head down, and it really said a lot, because it didn't matter if you were rank and file UMW, it didn't matter if you were management or whoever. It was one of the times that the whole community really stood together shoulder to shoulder in support of the families that lost loved ones, or loved ones that were injured in that mine disaster. And this song by Matt Anderson, it's a great song. It's a great song. And Matt went on to say he has a lot of respect for coal miners, and he came up with this song called The Coal Mining Blues here on the Coast 89.7.
Days going down to the mines, under the ground where the sun never shines. Breaking my back, I put heat in your house. Got the roar of a lion, the breath of a mouse. Black on my hands, black on my shoes, black on my heart from these coal mining blues. Black on my hands and black on my shoes. Ashes to dust with these coal mining blues. The man in the mirror looks nothing like me. Just a weary reminder of what I used to be. The sunken red eyes, the lines in my face, the tired old man has taken my place.
to dust with these coal mining blues. When the walls cave in and the coal fills my lungs, if life is a blessing, then please let it be. Someday God's light will give these poor souls relief.
The Coast 89.7. Well, I want to thank you very much for bending your ear for me this afternoon for my tribute to the coal miners of number 26 Colliery, and all coal miners, like I said, that may have started their shift out in hell, but surely they ended in heaven. And for the 12 men that died in number 26 Colliery, James Anderson from Dominion, a neighbor of mine in Dominion, Billy Cook, my wife Marlene's uncle, died in that explosion. Michael Roberts, Fabe Young, Wayne Mills, Fred Matheson, Paul Purcell, Reggie McNeil, Cliff Sharp, and the two coal miners that died later on in Halifax a couple of days later, John McNeil and Albert Hall. And of course, to those who survived, Kevin King, Kevin Binston, George Stubbart, and Wayne McGinnis. This is a song going to end off this little tribute this afternoon. It's from Jimmy Inch from Glace Bay. It was wrote by Ken McLeod of Glace Bay. And I had the opportunity, the privilege to see Ken perform this song a couple of years ago at the Friends of Jack at the Lambert Todd Festival in Reserve Mines. And it was a great song, and I'm going to play it off. I'm going to end off my show today with it. This is Jimmy Inch and the Men of 12 South.
Glace Bay, it's a date we'll all remember with the passing away of time. February 24, 1979. Everything was normal when they stepped to the cage, descending down that open shed to start working day, cutting, shoveling, blasting. That's what it's all about. Knowing this was their last shift, and from 12 South, all their friends and families, ones they left behind. These men were gas miners. Peace we know they'll find. God looks down upon us, and the answer is final call. Meet with them again someday, and from 12 South Wall. In the damp, dark mine, dust and gas, there's dangers unforeseen. As 12 men would attest to that, I'm sure would agree. Life they ever knew was getting that black coal miles beneath the ocean. God now rest their souls. disappeared. It's just a memory. But on Cape Breton Island, it's a part of history. As I sit here thinking, it echoes in my mind. February 24th, 1979. All their friends and families, the ones they left behind, these men were gallant miners. Peace we know they'll find. God looks down upon us, and the answer is final call. Meet with them again someday, men from 12 South Wall. All their friends and families, the ones they left behind, these men were gallant miners. Peace we know they'll find. God looks down upon us, and the answer is final call. Meet with them again someday, men from 12 South Wall. Meet with them again someday, the men from 12 South Wall.